Let's start by taking a few deep breaths, breathing at your own pace, your own rhythm. And on that exhalation, just allow your body to soften and relax. Paying particular attention to the shoulders, allowing them to release down and away from the ears. Allowing your jaw muscles to soften and relax. Mouth closed, teeth separated. And maybe let the tongue just float in the middle of your mouth. And allow the jaw muscles to relax a little bit more. And then bring your attention to your forehead, releasing any tension you might be carrying there. And allowing your breathing to come back to its normal rhythm. And today, I want to share with you a mantra. It's a personal mantra that I used when I started teaching meditation outside of recovery. I wanted something that was very generic. But I want to read a couple of quotes about this idea of contentment, because that's part of the mantra. One quote says, "It's the state of being mentally or emotionally satisfied with things just the way they are." I like that definition. And another one says that contentment comes from many great and small acceptances in life. And I believe that wholeheartedly. It's been my personal experience growing up in recovery. Acceptance has always been a topic that's been around, something for me to study and to practice. And so I'd like to read probably some of our most famous quotes about acceptance from the Big Book. Acceptance was the answer. We're going to read from page 417 and 420. It says, "Acceptance is the answer to all my problems today. When I am disturbed, it is because I find some person, place, thing, or situation, some fact of my life unacceptable to me, and I can find no serenity until I accept that person, place, thing, or situation as being exactly the way it is supposed to be at this moment. Nothing, absolutely nothing happens in God's world by mistake. Until I could accept my alcoholism, I could not stay sober. Unless I accept life completely on life's terms, I cannot be happy. I need to concentrate not so much on what needs to be changed in the world as on what needs to be changed in me and in my attitudes. Perhaps the best thing of all for me to remember is that my serenity is inversely proportional to my expectations. The higher my expectations of people are, the lower my serenity. I can watch my serenity level rise when I discard my expectations. But then my rights try to move in, and they too can force my serenity level down. I have to discard my rights as well as my expectations by asking myself, how important is it really? How important is it compared to my serenity, my emotional sobriety? And when I place more value on my serenity and sobriety than on anything else, I can maintain them at a higher level, at least for the time being. Acceptance is the key to my relationship with God today. I never just sit down and do nothing while waiting for Him to tell me what to do. Rather, I do whatever is in front of me to be done and leave the results up to Him. However it turns out, that's God's will for me. I must keep my magic, magnifying mind on my acceptance and off my expectations, for my serenity is directly proportional to my level of acceptance. When I remember this, I can see I've never had it so good." And I'm going to repeat this aloud. You can repeat it to yourself. Acceptance brings contentment. Acceptance brings contentment. And I believe that and have experienced that wholeheartedly in my life. And I believe that's what he's saying in the reading today, what the quotes were saying as well. Acceptance brings contentment. Acceptance brings contentment. Just allow the essence of the words to flow in, repeating it to yourself quietly, mentally. As I repeat it aloud, acceptance brings contentment. Acceptance brings contentment. And when the mind drifts away with the thought, the distraction, the noise, just when you notice, very gently and compassionately, bring yourself back to the mantra. Acceptance brings contentment. Acceptance brings contentment. Acceptance brings contentment. Acceptance brings contentment. Allowing the world to be just as it is. Acceptance brings contentment. Accepting people, places, things, situations, just as they are, not as I would have them. Acceptance brings contentment. Acceptance brings contentment. Acceptance brings contentment. Grateful for what I have today. Acceptance brings contentment. Letting go of expectations. Letting go of my rights. Acceptance brings contentment. Acceptance brings contentment. Acceptance brings contentment. Accepting myself just as I am. Acceptance brings contentment. Letting go of the demands that I make on you, me, the world, the high expectations I carry. Acceptance brings contentment. Being grateful for what I have today. Letting go of my desire for other things, for more. Acceptance brings contentment. Allowing the people in my life to be exactly who they are instead of what I want them to be. Acceptance brings contentment. 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 As we prepare to bring this period of meditation to a close, consider taking that thought, that idea of letting go, the idea of accepting the world, the people, places, and things in our lives just as they are, being grateful for what I have, letting go of my expectations, a view of myself. Acceptance brings contentment.